Hello and welcome to Drive-In Double Feature Podcast. I'm Nathan,
I'm Ryan.
and this is the
Mountain
podcast where
Dew.
sponsored by Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. This podcast is not sponsored, actually. Sorry, guys. It actually is helped by listeners like you that go over to the Patreon and help out. Give us $5 a month. We give you some free bonus content over there, and you help us rent movies over here. But let's get into today's movie. This Tuesday, we are talking about Blue Steel, that is from 1990, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and directed by Oscar winner Kathryn Bigelow.
Oh, well, you didn't
Wait, I
mention
forgot.
Oscar winner
Oscar
Jamie
winner
Lee
Jamie Lee
Curtis.
Curtis. Man, wow.
Eh,
I still
You
can't
know,
get over it.
like she was holding her Oscar in this movie. Like I think they should go back to all of her movies and it's like CGI an Oscar like into her hand.
Just in one scene, she's like that scene in this movie where she's drinking coffee, she's just holding an Oscar in her hand.
Like sure when she points her gun, she's like pointing her Oscar at people.
Yeah, see, I would pay good money for that. When are they re-releasing Blue Steel? I think that's gonna make uh, a stealion dollars. It's gonna steal the box office. I don't, I'm
Yeah,
I'm trying
it's
something.
gonna blow them away.
Gonna blew them away. I like that. But yeah, I don't know the box office or the budget of this movie, but it did make $8 million, so I'm sure that's
That
fine.
doesn't sound like a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much money this movie cost. And I can tell you like just by looking. But this is a cop movie.
You and your
Wowee.
cop movies.
I don't even think about it. I picked this movie. I started watching. I was like, oh yeah, we just did like cop movies. Whatever. We're doing it. It's a woman cop movie, so it's a little different. So this movie opens with Jamie Lee Curtis. She is getting into the police academy, or not getting in, she's getting out of the police academy. She is graduating with her best buddy, and she's ready to be a cop. And the whole start of this movie, I thought, did you expect it from this? Like, oh, this is about a rookie cop building her way up the ranks, and it was gonna be kind of like a loose movie where she just does cop stuff. I don't know. I didn't know what to
I
expect from this movie, but I thought it was going to be a pretty by the books cop movie.
Yeah, I guess I kind of thought it was going to be like maybe like like oh wow this is like a crazy first day type of movie or what it's like
Yeah.
and like it's in like an all like in these like oh like she arrests like one random guy and it turns out like he was like a henchman for like a big up
hmm
and coming drug lord and she has to take down the drug lord all in one day.
Yeah. No, something like that. Something a little cliche, but instead this movie goes for it's more of a horror movie than I expected. Like I wouldn't tell you it's like a scary movie, but it does have like a killer on the loose, and and he's stalking Jamie Lee Curtis, which Roger Ebert in his review compared this movie to Halloween, which I think might be a bit of a stretch, but I could see it. It's Jamie Lee getting chased by a psychopath.
I kind of thought it more keen to maybe like Cape Fear, like it seemed more like
Hmm.
that type of movie to me.
I get that. Like just a crazed individual just looking to ruin somebody's
Like,
life.
yeah, like just stalking them and like following them around and everything.
Yeah. Because see, what happens is Jamie Lee, day one, she sees a robbery happening. And you know what? I should call her by her real name, her in the movie, Megan Turner. Megan.
Megan Turner, yeah.
Yeah,
Megan
Megan
Trainor.
Trainor. Oh my God. Yeah, she's so good in this movie. But no, yeah, Megan Turner, she shows up to like it's like a grocery store that's getting robbed, and she points a gun at the guy, and he is not having it. I think he sees that it's a female cop, and he's like, "Whatever, lady, I don't care." And so he
Well,
point.
that 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 robber is Tom Sizemore too.
It is, yeah, I forgot to mention that. Which this movie has quite a cast to it, but yeah, Tom Sizemore in a tiny role. This is it because
Hmm.
because Jamie Lee Curtis shoots him because he points his gun at him. And once again, I was like, okay, crazy first day, but no, this is what leads into the rest of the movie. His gun falls to the ground, and in all the commotion of her shooting somebody, she doesn't notice that this guy takes the gun and keeps it for himself. And this guy is played by Ron Silver, who
Silver.
I every time I look at him, I think his name is Alan Dershowitz, and I know it's not because there's but just because that when I think of Reversal of Fortune where he plays Alan Dershowitz in that movie, and I don't know, I just like connect the two in my head. um
Oh yeah.
um but anyway, he takes the gun, and then Megan, she gets cut off the force because she shoots somebody. There's no weapon, and the
Well,
witness wasn't looking. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, like, I thought something like completely different was gonna happen in that scene because they foreshadow earlier
Hmm.
to because Jamie Lee Curtis is doing like her cop training because she shoots a perp
Hmm.
and but it turns out like the victim was also like in on it and like
Yes,
shot
yeah.
at her. So like the scene was like I felt like it was almost like trying to recreate that.
Hmm.
So um they I was thinking like when Ron Stiller picked up the gun like he was gonna like point it at her or like do
Yeah.
something and Jamie Lee Curtis was gonna shoot him too.
I thought they were setting that up, but that's for something later in the movie, that foreshadowing, and not even like really the same situation. Um, but yeah, no, he just keeps the gun for himself, and he just goes out on the street and he just starts killing people. But on the bullet, he is carving Megan's name on it because I guess in that moment, he loved so much what she was doing, just shooting people down, that he was obsessed and thought she was the perfect woman.
Well, did did we know like how he hurt learned her name? Because that's the part I was
No,
like curious about. Like, because
yeah,
when he shot her, when he had the bullet casing that had her name carved into it, I was like, wait, when did he like he was there? Like I was trying to remember, like, so did he like take the time to like memorize her badge number and like go to the police station, like, who's
yeah.
this officer or something?
That's what was a little odd about the movie. We're just supposed to assume that he just learned all this information somehow. We don't know. I thought it was a little bit of a leap too. I was like, how did he figure out like things like where she lived, what her name was? Like, because he was on the ground. He really didn't have a good look at her. I doubt he could get the badge number. And supposedly he left by the time all the rest of the cops arrived. So I don't know. That's the best way to explain it. I don't know. He just knows all this information and can stalk her because they meet up again later and they actually start going on dates together. And he seems like the perfect gentleman, super nice to her, takes her out to fancy dinners, and they both like each other. But that the layers start to peel away at that. And
Well,
that
I I did want to ask about his motives too, because do you think he was crazy like before this? Because it's kind of seemed like as soon as he like picked up this gun, it just was like a switch just like clicked in him almost. Because
that's what it felt
I
like.
was I like he had this gun. He only had one gun throughout this whole movie. Because I mean, like he could have easily gotten a gun before this. You know, he was just
Yeah.
like a regular dude. It wasn't like he was like some deranged guy or whatever. It was just like he like found a gun on the ground and then picked it up and then it was just like this like boom, like I'm crazy now type of thing.
And even then it's like it gets worse and worse because you get those scenes where he's like, stop talking to me, and he's like slamming in his own head while he's by himself. Does the gun have a power? Because Tom Sizemore seemed crazy too. Is there some kind of like
Oh, maybe this is like one of the like the Lord of the Rings, like the One Ring.
you
Just
gotta
like
wear then a necklace around your neck? You can't hold
if
it.
you if you had this gun this whole time, you're just like, you just like
I
want to
have
kill
to
people.
kill. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. If that is a thing, it's not explained. That is actually the one thing. I think overall I like this movie, but if there's one thing I that made me that kind of like stopped this movie from me being great was Ron Silver. Eugene Hunt's his name. It is so what's even the right word? Over the top, corny psychopath to me. I feel like it's just like so overblown. Like it's almost
Yeah,
silly.
I his it. I mean, because we've praised performances before where it's like people are going like really ham in a
Yeah.
movie or whatever. But this movie, I felt like the tone for it was completely wrong. It
Yeah.
was just because this one tried, it seemed like to me, like tried to make it seem a little more grounded in reality type of thing. But
Mhm.
this guy, it was almost like, oh, he's the Joker, like type of thing. And
Yeah.
just like, oh, society, like we could just kill people. Wouldn't that be just fun? Like type of thing. Like
No, yeah, and you're right. He's like laughing the whole time and like just overall being goofy, being like pure evil, right? Because he has a lawyer
yeah,
played by what's that guy's
Richard
name?
Jenkins.
Yeah, Richard Jenkins, which is so surprising. And it's almost like they're an evil duo where he's like kidnapping her almost, and then the lawyer's like, "You didn't see his face, did you?" And he's like, it's like an
Uh,
all this dumb game.
but it's like almost like they're like the lawyer's just like gotcha, and then like everyone else like like he outsmarted us type of thing,
Yeah.
and I'm like that, but I don't know if this would hold up necessarily. Like
No, because she heard his voice, right? And she
she heard
knew.
she heard him, and like it was pretty much like the guy was like she was shot, she shot her friend was shot with his gun, so it was very
Yeah.
clearly like the bullet would probably have to match up or whatever. And I don't know, there was that whole thing, and then the other one was like he trashed his own apartment to
Yes.
to
Yeah.
make it look like she came in and did it, even though like they like she just like followed him there type of thing.
Yeah, this is like some jigsaw stuff. Like, oh, you got to plan ahead. I know Jamie is going to show up here. I'm going to trash this place and make it look like she did it.
She's gonna come to my apartment and she's gonna start pointing some fingers, but I'm gonna trash this whole apartment before she even gets here. How
yeah,
it's gonna look like.
Yeah, in a way, it's like fun, but you're right that that tone doesn't match up with the rest of the movie because the rest of the movie is a very like it's kind of a darker movie. Jamie Lee Curtis, I actually think, is giving a good performance. I like her in this movie. Um, and it's kind of about her dealing with getting chased down. She has scenes where she's crying, dealing with it. And then you cut to Ron Silver over here, like, like going crazy shooting people. It's a little just off kilter.
I thought like so when they do the reveal, like when Eugene like reveals himself
Yeah.
to Megan and was basically just like, oh yes, like I killed them. It was so fun type of thing. And
Hmm.
like you and me, like we would be the perfect couple together and blah
Hmm.
blah blah. And it was like when he was doing all that, I was thinking like, it's like, is the movie almost over type of thing? And I'm like, and I look and I'm like, oh no, there's still a lot of movie left.
Yeah, because it felt like the way the movie would go normally would be that he's doing all this and they still can't figure it out, right? It wouldn't be till the big ending reveal that he reveals himself to her. But no, yeah, you're right. It happens like midway point, maybe.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, like some of the story elements of this movie just didn't work. Like for me, like you said, like the tone of Ron Silver's character, and then the thing that like threw me for the biggest loop and was at like towards the end when Jamie Lee Curtis and Clancy Brown were like a couple at the end, like they fell in love with each other. I'm like, come on. I was like, really? Like,
Yeah, that
I,
that was pushing it, I think.
I, I was like, I'd sense zero chemistry between them.
Yeah. I didn't like that because, well, first of all, it's crazy. Clancy Brown is in this in a big role too. It's always wild to see him in like a movie.
Yeah,
Because
why
I
isn't he
always think
Mr.
of
Krabs?
I always think of Mr. Krabs. That's who I think of. But yeah, no, because I thought they worked as partners, like, and I did, and the whole time they were doing cop work or detective work together. Um, I thought it was pretty good. I thought them like staking out places was solid. And I was like, I knew they were gonna make it romantic. I knew it, and I was like, I really hope they don't, because that would like kind of kill this. Because I feel like what's interesting about this movie is I do think it has something to say about Jamie Lee Curtis and her relationship with men, because I think it goes back. They show her mom and dad, right? Her mom, played by Louise Fletcher, who is appearing
Hmm.
again, um, and how much she hates her dad, and her dad beats up her mom, and then like later, there's a scene where he's like, "Why do you?" Clancy Brown's like, "Why do you want to be a cop?" And she's like, because of men like him, right? Says that. And then Clancy Brown and her just hook up just like that. Like it's no big deal. I don't know. It just doesn't feel in character.
It just felt completely forced. And especially like because that was like kind of like her whole deal was like she couldn't find a man, like
Hmm.
nobody would take her seriously because she was a cop.
Yeah, which is
And
so weird to me because she mentioned she's a cop and everybody, like that one guy that was interested in her was just like, "Oh, you're a cop? Okay, never mind. I'm out of
he was
here."
like he's like, you have a gun? Like you arrest people? Like, like,
What a turn off.
yeah. And yeah, but then she finds Ron Silver, and I thought that was kind of be like the whole movie. It was like them like she was falling in love with him, but at the same time, he was committing all these horrible acts.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just seemed very forced because because she and Clancy Brown have like a sex scene in this
Yes.
movie too, and then Ron Silver was, I guess, there the whole time, like watching,
Hmm.
and then he just jumps out and then he rapes Jamie Lee Curtis,
Of
and it's just like,
course. That was so unnecessary. I because they had already or almost had already slept with each other at some point. Um,
yeah,
yeah. No, that and that's like where she's like a broken person and she's just like, I'm going to kill this man because everything just isn't working for her. This movie has one really funny reveal that I did like. When Jamie Lee Curtis comes back home to meet with her mom and dad, and her mom's like, "We have a guest," and then it has like this really loud music, and then there sits sits the bad guy in the living room just waiting for her. I thought that was funny. I don't think that was supposed to be funny, but I just thought that reveal
no,
was what funny.
yeah,
um,
that's the other, like, he commits all these things, and there's multiple witnesses. It's
mhm.
like all she would have to do is just be like, go like get her parents like, did you see this? Did this man come over to your house? And like, oh yeah, he said he wanted to come see her, even though he was told like, stop stalking Ron Silver,
Yes,
even
yeah.
though there was multiple people that he was like getting in touch with to try to find her. And then he like hides his gun underneath this dirt or whatever in this
Mhm.
park.
Yeah, and like there's that scene where he's trying to dig it up and he has like dirt all in his beard.
Yeah.
It looks so silly. Um, yeah, no, that there's like I don't even know where to go with this movie because it's very odd. Like I said, like I think I it is entertaining. I don't think it's a boring movie by any means.
Uh,
Like there's at least I don't know how you felt about it.
no, I didn't think it was boring. I thought it was a little too silly for my taste, like
Mhm.
for what they were going for. I'll say that.
Yeah, because it does
Like,
feel gritty and like a little more realistic.
yeah, I was kind of expecting a much more grounded story.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think Ron Silver is that great in this movie. I think he's a little too cartoonish, which, we've praised in the past, but like I said, for the vibe that I was kind of hoping for from this movie, I was a little let down by
Yeah.
that bit.
Maybe Ron Silver's over the top isn't that good. Maybe that's not what I want to see from him. Like if it was a different actor, maybe it'd be a bit better. His comes off as phony, where I feel like sometimes there's over the top actors that really do sell that well. He just doesn't.
Wow.
But there is a crazy shootout at the end of this movie with them in the streets of New York just shooting at each other, which I read that for whatever reason in the script, which Kathryn Bigelow co-wrote, Jamie Lee Curtis was supposed to be nude that whole scene, or the main character was supposed to be just naked in the final gunfight, which is bizarre. And Jamie Lee Curtis fought to not do that.
See, like I read that too, and I was just like, when I read that and then I watched the movie, and I'm like, how would that even like have
The-
come
the-
about? And that's like I'm almost thinking like, because you can't see her boobs in the sex scene.
No.
So I was thinking like maybe her boobs were supposed to be out because there is a scene where she was like holding a gun and like walking through the hallway, but she had like a shirt like covering up her
Yeah.
breasts. So that's why I was like, that's where it had to have been, in my opinion. Like it had to be
Oh,
like I know it says the final shootout on that deal, but I'm
but you
like,
think it's wrong.
I just can't imagine where like her like why she would be topless like in the
Topless in the
middle of
streets of New York.
yeah because but that's the only thing I can because
I think
like
you're
oh
right,
after they
actually.
that's the only thing that made sense to me.
Yeah.
I was like there's no way.
Yeah, Jamie Lee was just done with nude scenes by this point. She was over it. Couldn't do it anymore. I get it. Maybe not for Blue Steel. But no, I guess Blue Steel overall, I guess it surprised me. I do think it's a
Mhm.
surprising movie. I thought it was a going to be a run-of-the-mill cop movie, but becomes a psychopath type of movie. But it doesn't click fully. I think it is entertaining. It's fun, but it tonally just doesn't work. I don't know. I feel like a tone like this can work if it's like more silly with a little bit of serious, but serious with a little bit of silly. I don't I it just doesn't work here as well.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen maybe more of like instead of like a deranged killer being like more of like this evil genius type of guy or something like
Mhm.
that, or somebody that was kind of like, oh, I knew exactly what you were going to do type of thing.
Yeah,
Or but
maybe not someone so far off the deep end so quickly. You know what I mean? Like just like you said, a genius, someone a little smarter than that. Maybe someone who was a
uh,
killer before this all happened or something. Not like you said, the magical gun changed his brain.
or get Elliot Gould from that one movie.
I'm not sure. Mash,
We talked no, the one we covered. Um
Matilda, the
Elliot
banker
Gould wasn't in
movie.
yeah, that one.
No, Matilda the kangaroo movie. Wasn't he in that?
Oh yeah, he was in that Matilda, yeah.
Yeah, not the other
I
Matilda, not the good Matilda.
No, it was the banker one, like that, where he was like
Yeah,
a banker that like he was like outsmarting like the criminal or whatever. I
yeah.
was like,
The
get
silent
him. He,
partner.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, yeah, that would be great. Man, I could rewatch that movie. Now that is a good movie. Like
Yeah.
fantastic
Let's just
work.
let's just talk about that for the rest of this episode.
No, but we can wrap it up. This one I would give maybe not a recommend. I'm somewhere in the like light recommend to not recommend, but I think I'll point towards not.
Yeah, I would be a not a light, not recommend for me. It would be it, it's not bad, but I was kind of wanting a little more. It kind of left a little bit to be desired from me.
I feel you on that one. But I do think that wraps it up for this one. Ryan, what are we going to be covering on Thursday?
Well, Nathan, we're gonna be the Pet Shop Boys next week.
Oh, I can't wait
Well,
to go west, right? They do that
mm,
song. They do a cover of that
sure,
song.
sure, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or the East End Boys and West End Girls, you know that one. That
Yeah, I know that one. Yes.
uh but that's gonna do it. That's yeah, sorry. We are gonna be doing the movie Pet Shop Nathan, and that is streaming for free on Tubi right now.
Awesome. Well, you know, I'm excited to watch some Pet Shop. I love that little Venus flytrap eating monster, and they sing, and there's the dentist. I'm pumped for
Hmm.
it.
Yep,
But
you'll see
it,
all that.
but if you want to email us, you can email us at drivingdoublefeaturepodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Shout out to all of our Amazon Music listeners. I know you're out there. But until next time.
Until next time.